Hello everybody, Samchild here, back again with another Game Maker tutorial. In this episode, we're going to make the player take damage from our enemy bullets. Let's get started. So, how do you take damage? Well, in Game Maker, there's a built-in lives and health system that you can go in here under the score tab. You can set the amount of lives that your player has, and you can take them away. Game Maker also has a built-in event in the other category for when you have no more lives, so you can end the game, or restart it, or do whatever you need. So the player's going to take damage whenever it's hit by a bullet. That just makes sense. So inside of the enemy laser, which is what the player's going to be shot by, we're going to add event collision, so when this object collides with the player, we're going to go into the score and take this lives, set lives, and we're going to say -1. Now, what this would do is it's going to set the lives, no matter how many you have, to -1. But when we check this relative box, it's going to make this an addition. So, if we set this to 2, then it would do however many lives the player has, plus 2. However, when we have this set to -1, it's going to add -1, which is the same as subtracting 1 from it. So we're just going to set this to -1. Something that's important to note is that you cannot use the same life counter on any of your enemies. This is because the lives are a global thing. It's just one lives variable, no matter who you're doing the code in. So it's normally just used for the player. So I'm going to press OK. So when this hits the player, it takes away 1 from the lives. I'm just going to press OK. Now, right now, the player doesn't have a set amount of lives. In fact, we don't even set up the lives at all. So in the player object, we're going to add the create event. So once this player is made, we're going to set up his lives. So let's go in the score actions tab, and we're going to set the lives. We're not going to make it relative, but we're just going to set the lives to say, I'm just going to see he has 5 lives. Now, this doesn't actually mean anything yet, because nothing happens when you run out of lives. You don't have an indicator of anything. So what we can do is we can add the event in the other, once you have no more lives. In main 2, there's a restart game action. And I accidentally put that in, but you can take this restart game, drag it in, and it will restart your game. So if we press OK, now we can run the game. And now our enemy is shooting bullets. So let's see what happens when we get hit. Not strange, it immediately restarts the game. Well, let's think of it this way. While the bullet is colliding with the player, it takes away 1 of his lives. And it checks that every single step. But since the bullet doesn't get destroyed, every single frame that's touching the player is losing a life, which means that it's happening almost immediately. So what we need to do to prevent this is make it so once it hits the player, instead of taking away life every single frame that is touching the player, we can go into the main actions panel and make it destroy itself right after it takes away 1 from his life. So now if we press OK, we can go up here and play. And now you'll see that when the player touches a bullet, it gets destroyed instead of keeping touching him and keeping taking away lives. And so once you hit 5 bullets, it kills you and the game restarts. Alright, that's pretty good. I think that just about concludes this episode of Game Maker Tutorials. I know this episode was pretty short, but I thought that this was worthy of its own specific episode. Once again, if you have any problems or questions or even comments, just leave them in the comment section below. We'd love to help you out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next episode, we're going to make an enemy spawner. Thanks for watching.